Hey everyone, welcome to my craft room, and today we are working on my strawberry junk journal. This is my junk journal that I have been using the accordion style binding with, and I am at the point now where I'm ready to start filling it with different things. And today what I'm going to share with you are 3 different ways that you can put pockets into your junk journal, and you don't have to use a kit. A majority of my junk journal I am using a kit just because I liked the printouts and I thought it was fun, but I also like to add extra things in it, and we can make our own pockets. And so today I'm going to show you 3 different pockets that you can add to your junk journals. So we're going to get some ideas from some of my previous journals on things that we can do for making our pockets. And the first one comes from this Edgar Allan Poe junk journal that I made last year for Halloween. And I have a video on the walkthrough of this. If you're interested, you can check that out. This is the first pocket that I want to talk about. And as you can see here, I really like this, and it's an old library book card container there. And we've got a whole bunch of ephemera pieces, papers that we can stick back in there. And this was just, just a card itself. And I applied glue to the 3 sides, and then we made our own pocket. And so we're going to do that today with an item. That's the first thing. So I'm just going to randomly pick out a page because I've just started doing some decorating of the strawberry junk journal. And I think I want to put it on a page that right now is blank, and we'll probably go with this. I've got the pages here, and I think I'm going to use this right-hand side page. And so what I have thought about doing is I need to pick a little card or something to use for the pocket, similarly to what we used here for the card catalog. That's what it's called. That's what I was trying to come up with, card catalog. And let's see, I think I have a piece that I thought might work pretty good. Okay, so this was like an image from this kit, and I will put the link to the main kit that I used. It's from My Porch Prints, and it's this strawberry junk journal. And I have a couple of other pieces that I printed out from Creative Fabrica. So I'm pretty sure this is the one that comes from the My Porch Prints, this particular one. But it was just a card. It looks like a postcard on the front, I guess, with the stamp. And I printed on the back also because at the time I wasn't for sure what I would use. And I have this on cardstock. That's another thing that's probably a good idea for your pockets. And this card is almost too long for the page, but I think it's going to be just right. I'm going to end up covering up the strawberries there, so I may actually use another page. We can always use, these are coffee dyed pages. That's what this is, and I can use that. But let's see. This one might be a good page to add a pop of color to. I think I may go with this page here. Okay, so I'm going to put my little sheet, plastic sheet underneath, since we're going to be doing some gluing here. And then these are just regular 8.5 by 11 paper. And then I've got the cardstock. So we're just going to need to apply the glue on 3 of the sides. And you can use any of your ephemera cards for this. If you don't have a card that you want to use, you can take a sheet of cardstock or any of your patterned paper and just cut out a pocket that will fit onto your page. Any of that will work. But since I had this cute little card, I thought we would go ahead and use that for this pocket. It's a little sticky now. I'm going to let that dry. But then we have this pocket area right here that we can take cards or whatever and put those in here, and that will be nice and a good little pocket there. The second pocket that I want to show you that we can use comes from my little French bunny, almost an Easter theme, but for sure a spring junk journal that I made last year, and this is something that you'll see quite often, just these side pockets right here that come at an angle. Here I've got a little journal booklet here inside of this one in the front cover, and another little stamp piece. You can do it on either side of the page. I think there's another one that I have. Let's see. Oh, there was one close by. There's one right there. So on the right side of the page, and then you just put things in. So we have this angle here, and then the three sides that are glued down. And so a lot of times when you get a kit, they usually come with these pockets. That's a common thing. And when I was looking through my stuff, I found this pocket here, and then there's a pocket for this side. If you remember my video on my printer troubles, that's what these came from, because actually on the other side I have something printed in the light looks better. But I did find these here that I had originally printed. And I have these, but let's make some of these corner pockets just with a piece of paper. This comes with the kit, and I've just printed it off on cardstock, and we're going to make our own corner pocket. So I've chosen this left-hand side page that I want to put this corner pocket on. And so we've got that right there ready to work. I had shown you this, and to me it's going to be easiest if we use already this left-hand side of this paper. And I'm just going to trim out this bottom edge that had the little white edge on the printout. And you know what? I think with junk journaling, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight either. And that's why we're going to use our ruler here as well. So the first thing that I wanted to just check and make sure my pages are almost 5 1/4 in width, but we don't want to go all the way to the edge. That can mess up the folding, the closing of the book. So I'm going to take maybe about 5 inches wide is going to be how long I'm going to make this. And so I'm going to use a little pencil. Okay, I'm going to just mark this for myself, just a little dot. And you know, there's different ways we can make this. We could go straight at as a triangle. We can do that. We can make it a triangle and then come down. It's really just whatever we want to do. I think what I'm going to do first is I am going to tear this paper. Let me move my journal out of the way just a little bit. Give us a little bit more room to work with. And at this 5-inch point, let's line it up. We're going to use our marks here to try to get close to a straight tear. Okay, so now this will be using this, and I think what I'm going to do is let's make the angle here, and we'll have the straight edge here. Just hold the ruler down as you tear, and now we have our pocket. And so we can come back to our page, and we're going to glue this right here. And let's get our glue out. We're going to glue the 3 edges, keep the top. Oh, before I forget, one other thing that I like to do is I like to ink the edges. Give it a little bit of a distressed look, and it also just highlights that, hey, this is a pocket. Put something in it. I think I'm going to go ahead and distress all the edges. That kind of just takes that brightness away, that newness. And now we'll put the glue on the 3 sides. Again, I don't always go straight to the edges on this just because it kind of sometimes buckles down the folding and that sort of thing. And then I don't have to worry about being right on the edge a perfectly straight line or anything. Okay, we're gonna let that glue, and when it's ready, it's gonna be time. We will be able to put some more little things in there. So there's our second pocket. For the third pocket, I want to show you this tiered triple pocket that starts down here, then we have a second layer, and we even have a third layer. And a lot of the kits will have these that come along, and it's a really easy thing to add, and let's do that next. Okay, I went ahead and the other half of the paper that I was using for the corner pocket, I ripped it so it is now 5 inches across, because we're going to need 3 different pockets to do that, and I did not find yet a page that I wanted to do that pocket on. I'm thinking let's use one of the coffee dyed papers. This will be across here, and we need 3 different levels. We need a taller one, and then a little bit shorter, and the next to shorter. So let's just start and see what size we get with this paper. And I kind of like this torn edge here, even if it's not, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so if we use this, I'm thinking maybe for the tallest length, okay? And then now I've got to watch the direction of my paper. The next one needs to go maybe about right there. And so I'm going to turn this over so I can get a good dimension, because we do want the bottoms to line up for the most part. And then one more level, maybe to that line. We'll turn this around there. And that gives us our 3 pockets. Okay, oh, we're covering up those strawberries there. Okay, it will be okay, because we're going to add some things in here. And the other thing I want to be able to do is, well, let's go ahead and we'll ink the edges. That's going to give it a good look. Before I do that one, I wanted to take this bottom one, and I've got a 1 3/4 inch round punch, and I'm going to just punch that front piece there out. And I may go ahead and do that also with this second one. So we'll have, it makes it a little bit easier to grab what's inside. And then I'm going to ink around those edges and give that a good look. Let me go back to this where I punched that out. And then we're even going to use this top as a piece. So then all we need to do is we're going to glue down the 3 sides. And that's going to give us these 3 different pockets. So today in my journal, I have shown you 3 different ways you can make pockets. Here is the corner pocket that we used, and we can add the pieces to that we want and make a nice little pocket for our ephemera. And another way we used here, we used the layered version, and that gives us 3 different pocket levels all the way from the top. See how that changed this whole really blank page just by adding in that, and then we can put our different ephemera pieces, and we have the little notches there. And then we also have this one, the very first one that we made, which was just using an extra piece of ephemera, and we can tack that on the 3 edges, and we've got a great little pocket. So I'm going to keep on decorating my journal, and I hope I will probably be using some more of those pockets throughout this journal, and I will come back later and we will keep working on the journal.